But yeah, no, because like we've made out before, so there was always that.
I
like,
knew that. Yeah.
So it was funny.
No, I'm glad you did the thing.
Yeah.
And Angela Bassett did the thing.
Angela Bassett did the thing.
Viola Davis, my woman king. It really was stuck in my head yesterday. I was cleaning and I was like, did the thing.
She did the thing.
Yeah.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
It's just funny because like celebrities keep trying. Like I saw like a celebrity interview where like it was Jonathan Groff and like two other celebrities were like, it was like a lie detector test, and they were like, what does Angela Bassett did the thing mean? And he was like, did the thing, did the thing, did the thing. Like, and they kept going back like, what thing? What's the thing? And he's like, the thing. And I was like, the thing is, the celebrities don't really know what was funny about that because they're too delusional to know what was funny about that. And the thing that was funny about it was that it made no fucking sense.
Exactly. That's like what's amazing.
Yeah.
All the time.
It just had to rhyme with woman king.
She did the thing.
So they were like, did the thing. Like, what? That's the thing.
I really wish I could death drop. Like
I'm working my way to it.
Are you?
I'm trying because I did it. I'm almost to a full split.
So I can do a split. Okay, I can lean back. Zebekiko, you've seen my.
Yes, I've done the lean back. I know. I could do a full wheel.
I could do a full wheel as well. I just want to be able to be like ba da 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 pa pa pra.
Yeah.
I want to fall into
the thing,
it.
You have to understand though with drag queens, not all of them, but most of them have like padding. So when they hit the ground,
that I didn't know.
It's a softer landing.
It's a fucking sport.
It's a sport.
This is a sport.
It's a sport.
Can you imagine just getting up and be like, ba da da da?
Do you watch? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Great. Welcome to the neighborhood. Why don't you?
No, keep going and then say welcome to the neighborhood because most of this we're gonna get cut because you're talking about getting kicked down.
Do you watch Drag Race? You don't watch Drag Race?
Not.
You should get into it with me, and we should go to bars and watch it every Friday when I don't have shows.
I would do that.
Maybe one Friday.
That's fun for me because I love it,
it's
but
fun
I'm
in
not
a bar
like
experience.
religious.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun in a bar experience. People talk. It depends on how like dedicated. Like sometimes.
Oh wait,
it's
we're
quiet.
hooked up, right?
Yeah, we're hooked up.
I want more coffee.
All right. Well,
how do we?
We have D will get you more coffee.
Oh man,
what a nice man. See, this is.
Cheers to you.
She is.
Cheers. Thank you. Caffedaki, Bustelo. Why don't you get a nice cup?
Just a little bit more here too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just just that's good. Thank you very much. Oh.
Look.
I'll get the Grey's Anatomy one.
This is brought for you.
I love Grey's Anatomy. I love it so much.
So I told you when I started watching it. It was like years ago. I lost my job.
Yes.
Not lost. No, I quit. Oh my God. Years ago, I quit my job.
You could be a degenerate. I don't care.
You know what? Sometimes it's just nice to be a
degenerate. You know what my friend says? My friend said something to me that stuck with me so hard. Because you know people like this in your life. But she was like, I am a great coworker. I'm a terrible employee. And I was like, that is so real. It's just so real.
You know what? I appreciate that. As long as we're
working well
together.
People like that in your life where you're like, you're such a great coworker. But like, God damn, just do your job. Like, sometimes, like, and then because you mostly don't have to deal with them. That's why you're. That's why you're
as
friends
long
with
as
them.
you not doing your job is not directly affecting me.
Yeah. Because when it starts affecting me, then I'm like, okay, well, Rachel has to go.
Yeah. And then we're the asshole coworker.
And then I'm the dick that's like, I'm gonna go to HR. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I'm going to HR. I'm telling her. But yeah, no, I quit because I was going into conservatory and I was just trying to find a more flexible job. And then I started watching Grey's Anatomy. But I was so, because it's like, it's so dramatic, but I was watching all of like, 9, 10 series at the time in 1 month. So I was going through a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh, no, I know.
So like
I did all of Frasier in a month and a half, but that's laugh. That's
ha ha ha. I was
Grey's Anatomy, bomb.
I would like wake up, pour myself a coffee, and then like look out the door and just be like, thinking about Karev. Like my best friend Michael, he was like, I knew where you were in the series based on like your emotion. He's like, when I got 15 missed calls, he was like, the shooting. The shooting.
The shooting is one of the greatest episodes of television of all time because they do not pull back at all. Like, in fact, they probably couldn't air that now because it's like, it's not just like, pop, pop, he comes in, pop, pop. No, it's 2 straight hours of pop, 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 pop. At the end, by the end, you're like, Angela Bassett did the thing. The thing was like shooting up a whole hospital and traumatizing a whole fan base. Like, It was
But-
2 episodes
But the
back
whole
to back.
purpose of that was really to capture what that's like.
No, she did, and she really did really
And
well.
That's what it wasn't just to be like, give everyone like PTSD. It was like,
No.
let's actually take a look.
At how
'Cause
serious
we
this is.
see it on the news, we hear it, but like until you're actually like in it.
It was It was so
I
well
was-
done.
I
It was
was-
one of the greatest
Ellen
episodes ever.
Pompeo, good job. Everyone on the team, good job.
When Ellen
Okay.
Pompeo, because she realizes that she's pregnant at the beginning of that episode, right? And she realizes she's pregnant, and then by the end, her husband gets shot. Her her best friend's fiance gets
Her
shot.
whole life.
And she has a
Meredith's life.
miscarriage by the end of the episode. It's like the crazy. I love that show
Yeah,
so much.
I was in a really dark place at
Oh
that time
man,
period.
it was crazy. And then like literally like a season and a half later, there's a plane crash.
I just like, I can't not cry. Like when I'm crying in something, I'm crying. I get so emotionally invested.
It's a great television
What
show.
was the movie? Everest?
Everest.
Everest, when they climb Everest?
I have never seen that. No.
It was with, I think it's with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it was one night. My friends are watching it, and I'm like out of the shower. I put like a towel thing, like a little like towel turby thing, whatever they're called, and I put a face mask on my face, and it like freezes, and it becomes like clay, so it's like a hard rock. I'm like Medusa with the towel, Brooklyn Medusa, clay face in the towel.
When you
So
look
I
into her eyes, you turn into a bagel.
Everything bagel. Look at you, delicious.
So stupid.
Welcome to Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, baby. Fast cafe.
You want coffee?
You want, you want coffee?
You want coffee?
Come sit down. Get some coffee.
I have coffee.
We have an extra cup right here for you.
Oh, right here. This says Christina in Greek. Oh, it has a
My
little.
mom.
Oh, it has a whole thing.
You want to read it?
Yeah. Είσαι μια γυναίκα που αγαπάς χωρίς όρια και φραγμούς και ικανοποιείσαι
That's very nice.
από την πρόσφορα και την φροντίδα σου ηρώς τους γύρω σου. Διψάς για αναγνώριση. That's very true. Διψάς για αναγνώριση is very true. Because that means you thirst for recognition.
I am an actor after all.
After all.
Now the trauma.
And then the first paragraph that I just read for the people that don't speak Greek is, you're a woman that loves without, zones or anything, and takes care of people around them with, with frodida, which is so true because look at what she did look at what she did. She laid out this. She has her grandma's this. She brought a coffee maker today.
I brought Mr. Coffee.
Okay, I brought some keki, but she brought everything else. She brought an ashtray for us to smoke because we're Greek. And she brought so many nice things. This is her grandma's. She knitted it 2 years before she passed.
This is my grandmother's too.
You can see some blood right here.
This is when she was like, Akoma, single.
Akoma, you're still
single.
Okay, I haven't finished reading this though.
Okay.
So, διψάσια αναγνώριση και οικονομική. Okay, these are big words. Ανεξαρτησία.
Bravo, I'm very impressed.
Εργάζεσαι πολύ σκληρά για να πετύχεις τους στόχους σου με αποτελέσματα κάποιες στιγμές να θυσιάζεις την προσωπική σου ζωή και να μην έχεις αρκετό ελεύθερο χρόνο.
That's very true.
That is very true.
I'm always like,
so this is like, she works really hard to make everything happen in her life so she can have great results and even sacrifices her personal life in order to do that, right? Is that right? Is that right? Am I translating it right?
Yes, I've kicked people to the curb.
Oh, you have
because
kicked...
they don't support my dreams. If you don't support my dreams, you're not supporting me, motherfucker.
What dreams? You should be a lawyer. Okay, that's so dumb. Ο έρωτας παίζει σημαντικό ρόλο στη ζωή σου. Oh, love plays a big role in your life.
Love.
Self-love.
Έρωτα.
But έρωτας can be anything. Well, it could be love or romance.
Romance.
Όπως...
I love a good romance. Like a life romance. Have you ever had like
I haven't really had romances
like a Greek love
that. Usually
for like
because
a few months.
I kind of lose interest after like the second go. You know?
That's definitely happened to me.
Yeah.
But like there are moments where like I connect with someone
And you have a
and we're
romance.
just like traveling through Greece or something.
I've never
or, like,
done that. I really wish I
overseas.
could do that. I really wish I could just be like, come with me on this trip to this guy. I feel like because like 2 days in, I'd be like, get this guy, you have to get out.
You know what it is? There's like two sides.
Did you bring your passport? Yeah.
There's two sides where there's the one side where it's like, all right, relax, like get away. But then there's the other one when something clicks and you're just having a good time on that and like love and adventure.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure, there's no like expectation from anything. It's like it's a really nice experience.
Yeah.
You
Well,
just
one day I'll have that.
We gotta
Maybe
go to
one
Greece
day.
this year.
You want to go to Greece?
We're gonna go to Greece.
Well, I'm
this
going to
year.
the Philippines and Thailand, so I'm pumped for that.
I wish.
I'm very well.
You're
Let
gonna
me just
find
finish.
it.
We're
Finish-
just a
finish
sentence.
the cup.
Όμως προσπαθείς να μην στέκεται εμπόδιο.
Ebodio?
Εμπόδιο. I think that's what that says. Στις προσωπικές σου φιλοδοξίες.
So there's not a.
I don't know what that means at all, to be honest. I could say it.
Eμπόδιο is
that like really lost me. I have to like go
obstacle?
back.
Can we Google that?
No, ο έρωτας παίζει σημαντικό ρόλο στη ζωή σου, όμως προσπαθείς να μην στέκεται εμπόριο στις προσωπικές σου φιλοδοξίες. Oh, it's
Yeah,
because
to not have
yeah, that's exactly what you just said. Love
Yeah.
plays a big role in your life, but you try not to let it get in the way of your
the
like
way
of your real shit.
Of the real things
Of
that
the
I got
real
going on.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's so sweet. That is actually
Obstacles, bravo.
obstacles.
A plus in
A
Greek.
plus in
A
Greek.
plus.
Did you see my pronunciation? I was
What
those
I
were
wanted
some
to
hard
say,
words.
I'm very impressed by your Greek reading and the way you speak it.
Thank you very much.
You know, because in order to sound like a Greek person when you're speaking, πρέπει να έχεις λίγη, like, πώς μιλάς, είναι απλά τα πράγματα. Τα λες με φιλοσοφία και εντάξει, you know.
Like this, with philosophy.
With philosophy, with intention, with passion behind the words.
It's honestly really terrifying how much this really does.
Ain't that some shit?
This really is crazy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I believe in like nature and nurture, but I believe in like names give us like meanings and stuff. You think that's me? It looks like me?
I think it does look a little bit like you. You know, it has your vibe.
When I was a little kid, yeah.
This is the mug.
This is the mug.
It has her vibe. It's like this girl with a dress, and she's like has her arms up, and she's holding a name card that says her own name on it, which is very you, I would say, very you to be like, at the protest, like Christina is here. She's also protesting. I am Christina, and I am also protesting.
Remember this name because it's protesting.
This is the name that I have.
My house has I'll have like random boards of like protesting words, and it makes me think of Maniscalco when he's like, people just think they protest.
I never seen.
He's like, I've never in my life just taken a mark and like.
So stupid.
He's like, I'm protesting. I'm protesting. And you've never seen it?
I've never seen that.
Because it's like,
I've seen a few of his specials and I really like him, but I've never seen it like that.
People comment on videos of me and say, oh, like, I never knew Sebastian Maniscalco was a woman.
You are Sebastian in drag. Like, if one day you pulled off a wig and you were like, it's been Sebastian this whole time, I'd be like, okay. I mean, that's great. It's been really fun hanging with you.
Wow, look at you. Who knew?
Wow,
You spoke Greek so well.
Wow,
Sebastian.
welcome to the neighborhood.
With Sebastian Maniscalco. But I also get, what's his name?
Who?
Comedian.
Andrew, because you look like him, not because you have his vibe.
Yo, I do
You
look
have his
like
facial
him.
features.
I
told you this the other day. Didn't I say if they did if they like mashed your faces up to become a baby, it would be like the same face?
Yeah, absolutely.
The baby face would just be again the same face.
I've like hooked up with someone and they're like, oh, you look like.
I thought you were gonna say you hooked up with Andrew Schultz, and I was like, don't you have an NDA?
If he was single.
Yeah.
But he's having a family.
Good for him.
Good for you, Andrew.
Good for you.
Good for you and your beautiful lady. Good for you guys.
Good for you.
Good for you guys. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this guy was like, "Oh my God, you look like so and so, like some like actress." And while I'm hooking up with him, I'm like, "You know who I get?" And he's like, "Who?" I'm like, "I look like Andrew Schultz." While I'm on top of it, and he's just looking at me. I'm like, "Are you picturing Andrew Schultz right now?" I'm doing it.
Christina, this is why you're single.
I know. Listen, I have like, I cannot
I say dumb shit like that all the time.
Like, I just think, like,
I know.
Listen, yes, sexy, hot, we'll like have a great time.
We'll throw down, but
like, if there's something funny that's popping in my head,
I gotta say it.
I gotta say it.
If
I don't
you have
care.
something cute like in the background, I want to say, I want to point it out while I'm there. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget in the moment to be like, hey, oh my God, wow, I love that poster. And we can get back to it.
Right.
Just take a little break.
Just relax, bro.
Get to know me. Get to
know what I laugh at.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
this is why we're both single. But I'm newly single, so I'm not really looking for. I've had you know, I've what is that? That slurp. That slurp. Of the Bustelo. You know, Bustelo is Greek.
I love Bustelo. They took the S out. Bustelos.
And they took the Poulos out. It's Bustelopoulos.
Bustelopoulapakis.
Bustelopoulopakis.
You know what's really weird as a Greek?
I honestly would not be surprised. No, sorry.
I just because you said paki. I remember being little and being like, Topulaki, the birds.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, and it'd be like, can we call the vagina something else than bird? And I'm just going around. I'm like, Topulaki.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're a child, like you gotta like.
I'm like, I'm talking about
give
the
me some grace. I don't know that yet. You taught me that. You're the reason I know what that is. Yeah.
Oh, good dad. But yeah, Bustelo.
I remember one time in elementary school, I called someone a malaca, and they told the teacher, and the teacher had to like call my parents and translate. She didn't know what it meant. So first she had to figure out if it was bad, and then she had to like. Then I was in trouble.
If you're going to that extent, like, I'm sorry for knowing 2 languages, but I'm gonna curse you out.
Yeah. Well, I also like. The kids and I were like fooling around, and I remember being like, "Does anyone want to hear a bad word in Greek?" And I said "malaka," and one of them bitch ass went and reported my ass.
Who is this? Call him out right now.
I was like, "Bro, like, can you like literally
call him out right now?"
Bro, we are 7 years old. Like, have some chill to you, like. Bro, like, I'm just sharing my culture.
Yeah.
And
where's
like,
this person now?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
I hope they got hit by a bus. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. But like, he ratted me out, and then the teacher had to like call a Greek person and be like, "What does this word mean?"
I can't.
And then they had to literally instead of being like
piece of shit.
But also the Greek person did me a disservice too, because instead of being like, it does mean this, but it's used like this. And so like, it's just kind of like used by everyone. So like, it's not that bad. It would have been different. Do you know what I mean?
The 7-year-old Greek friend is like, well, technically, malaka is also used in multiple forms.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here.
That's us as little Greek kids. We're like, we know how to use these words
exactly.
in ways.
Because malaka is used like,
in 14 different ways. It's like, so it's
an
a curse,
insult.
It's jerk off.
Yeah.
So malaka is like remalaka.
It does really mean jerk off though.
Yeah.
So the Greek person translated it for my teacher and said jerk off with no context. So the teacher with no context. So the teacher like was like, "That's a really
you
hard."
hit me, and
I'll be like, "That's a really."
What was the context?
What?
What was the context you used it in?
I used it. I said it. I said, "Does anyone want to hear a bad word?" And I said malaka, or a bad Greek word.
Yeah. So you technically gave the actual curse word definition. So technically, he was right to go and tattle on you because you.
You know what? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. My 25-year-old trauma cannot handle this.
I was like, technically, you did say the curse word. But you weren't like are malaga, you know? So like when Greeks are like are malaga, you know, malaga is just like, it's a form of like,
no,
it's like,
I know.
It's equivalent to being like, bitch, you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
bitch
exactly.
is a bad word, but when you're like, bitch, you know, you're like, malaga,
yeah.
you look nice, you know?
No, but like, listen, the Greek person should have been like, yeah, but like, bro, everyone uses it like this. If
I was your Greek friend at that time, I would have backed you up because I would.
I know, exactly. Thank you.
I had a Greek teacher.
I did say it was a curse word, whatever.
I had a Greek teacher. I was on the cheese bus.
Still, the kid shouldn't have ratted me out like a bitch ass.
I agreed, the kid's bitch ass, but he technically.
Snitches get stitches.
Oh, we gotta find him.
Yeah, I took care of it a long time ago. Kidding, no.
Making me crumbs.
Yeah, so that's how I got in trouble that one time.
Well, I went to Greek school.
And I have to tell you, ever since that day, I never
Did you go to
anything-
Greek school?
Never did. I did go to Greek school.
Okay.
I hated Greek school.
I remember being in Greek school and then like at a certain time period, I'm just like wearing my little skirt. I'm looking out the window at all the like the PS 104 boys or something, or like the like public schools, and I'm like, I want to be where the people are.
Oh my God. I hated Greek school, man. It was Wednesdays and Fridays.
What do you mean? Wait, what are you talking about?
Afternoon Greek school.
No, you see.
Oh,
okay,
you went to
I
Greek
had a
Greek school.
very
Yeah, you got to
diff-
explain the difference.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
I
is it.
went to public school my whole way
And
through.
then you went
I went
to
to PS
Greek.
127, then I went to Christa McAuliffe, and then I went to Fort Hamilton.
No,
so
no,
I was public school.
I went to a proper Greek school.
Oh, yeah, you went to one of those, like, Greek- yeah.
It's a private
Yeah.
school. You wear a uniform. You're learning everything, but you're also learning Greek.
My nephew's in one
And
of those
then
right now in Staten
sometimes-
Island. Yeah, I know.
I'm so sorry.
I know. I know.
But I enjoyed. I
No,
enjoyed.
I know.
I know.
No, I know. No, I know.
You know? Does he know?
He doesn't know
Oh, and he knows.
yet. He'll know, but he'll know when he knows.
And then,
Which is like 10 years from now.
and
So
then
it's
who
like-
knows?
Yes, who knows?
And then who knows?
And then who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, so I went to a proper Greek school, so I like learned the language while going to school. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had my weekends to go and look at boys.
Which Greek school did you go to?
I went to Aphantis.
Oh,
and
you were an
then I
Aphantis
went
kid.
and then I went to DGK.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did public school and then I went to Greek afternoon school. at
It
Holy
was
Cross.
great. It was great. I didn't mind it. There was like different things there, but like I like hear the stories of the Greek kids going to Greek school afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's miserable.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want to do that as
It's
a kid.
too much.
That's on like either like your Greek school. Take me to fucking Greece.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't go to Greek. I'm glad I just had the afternoon school, but it was a nightmare because
But you guys
Wednesdays
had a
and
different
Fridays.
experience, you know.
Yeah, well, because you'd have to do school and then you'd have to do more school. And the thing is like other than getting in trouble that one time, like I was such a good kid in my regular school that I was like,
Would we have been friends?
no, I was such a nerd. I was such a nerd.
I think I was like a friendly person.
I was a very
made
friendly. In
friends-
high school, I really blossomed and like everyone
I
knew
didn't
me
like-
and I was friends with everybody. So
I
in
didn't
high
like
school, we would have been
bullies.
friends.
I didn't like bullies. I
Yeah.
talked to everyone.
But like in elementary school, I don't think we would have been friends. In middle school, we definitely would have been friends. You
think
probably
if-
would have hit me.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
never.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Never.
No, in middle school, I was like such a loser. But in high school, I was like everyone. I knew everybody. I was really friendly with everybody.
Yeah.
I like to think that everybody really liked me, but I really liked everybody. I had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably certain people that I didn't really talk to. I probably had an issue with like one or two, but like basic things, nothing like, you know what I mean? Like you're a dick.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
nothing like that.
I got into like a fight with like a Greek friend group in the beginning of like between like 8th grade and freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
And like we were like that big Greek posse. Do you know what I mean? Like you know how Greeks have like Greek Americans have their like Greek posses. They always do.
I didn't have that all the
Did
time.
you never have that?
So
I didn't have that really. After this
No.
experience, I didn't have it at all. Like
Yeah.
I haven't had it since.
I went to Greek school, had my Greek friends, like,
Yeah.
you know, like in Greek school, my best friend was Kathy, and she was half Greek, half Puerto Rican, and
Oh,
she
okay.
would be in
Yeah.
Park Slope, in Sunset Park. So it would be like, yeah, going over to Kathy's house, and then it was just like us doing like the most Greek and Puerto Rican things,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
just like
yeah.
all that world. So it's like I had a different, like I loved my Greek experience,
yeah.
but then I would also like hang out with so many different types of kids.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
didn't have like a Greek posse.
Yeah.
I just had like neighborhood posse.
See, that's like nice.
but I had
that's
Greek
nicer.
friends, but I had
a-
two worlds.
I had like a neighborhood posse, and then like in middle school to freshman year of high school, I had that Greek posse.
yeah, I had
And
sprinkles
it
of
was
it.
like it was like honestly so toxic, and that's like really something we should talk about. Like
We should.
we have to talk about it more. Like, and the thing is because I now have like been in other Greek posses or seen like and like just been integrated for like a little because they know me from Instagram or whatever,
And we all got really connected through the Clubhouse experience
yeah,
with COVID.
Yeah, but like I'll be in other people's Greek posses, and even in those Greek posses, I'll be like, toxic. This is a little toxic. Honey, this is a little toxic. And there's
Yeah.
just a toxicity to
Yeah.
it, which I think comes with a lot of like even gay people have their own like toxic.
Every
cliques.
community
Every
does.
community
Every
has it in
community
this
does.
weird way.
Absolutely.
So it's not like a criticism of the Greeks
No.
particularly, but there's certain The thing
It
is,
looks different.
it looks every
each
time. The
community.
toxic behavior in each community
It
is
has a
different.
vibe,
And
exactly.
yeah. And so like if you get it early on, it can really just like destroy your sense of community in that way.
Yeah, and a lot
Yeah.
of people have been turned off by it. Like I had
Yeah.
little moments too. I was like, I don't like that.
Well, we got
But-
into a major fight, that friend group and I, and like I was the one that was pushed out, and I was like, it felt so
Good.
horrible at the time, right? And like then.
Because now look at you.
Well, then after that freshman year of high school, I met like a
Perfect.
great group of friends, and like that group of friends and I are still friends to this day.
That's lovely.
And now we're all going to each other's weddings,
Oh,
except
that's
mine
nice.
because I'm single. But they're coming to my vacation, so whatever. Hey.
Yeah, if
and
I'm
we're
get-
all best friends. So I'm like, well, it wasn't me because then ever since they have all stopped talking to each other,
See, it's
they're a nightmare. And
that's why I said good for you. Look where you are now.
Like Christmas, like around this Christmas time, my friend who knew me then was like, yeah, Gus, they like didn't like you because like you were like, you completely intimidated them.
Oh, well, yeah.
And they were like totally scared of you. And I was like, I never saw it that way. I never
anyone-
saw it that way.
I've noticed anyone who's just like mean
Yeah.
and like barks loudly, like
Yeah.
there's just like a really deep, huge insecurity in them.
Yeah, and it's hard to see that when you're like
And
a
that's
kid
why,
and
so,
you're like
exactly.
a chubby kid. Yeah.
So whether, I don't, like whoever's watching this, if your kid's going through something.
Yeah.
No, it really is. Like if you ever find anyone who's like, yeah, Yula, just mean right off
Yeah.
the bat and wants to like say shit to you like that and make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Huge insecurity.
Huge thing. I know.
Huge thing there.
And like honestly, yeah. But you can't see that as like a 14-year-old.
can't, no.
And like I was a chubby kid, so I already had that not going for me.
You
So I
were
was
chubby,
like,
I had a unibrow.
you know?
We would have been friends.
oh man, we would have been the Greek Will and Grace then. The Greek Will and Grace.
I love it.
By the way, I got so many messages when I said that about being like, that is so real.
That was so, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That is so funny.
I think we should do a Greek Will and Grace.
But yeah, ever since that friend group, I literally just like now have had the same consistent friend group. It's just so funny
Yeah.
that like, yeah, sometimes, I don't know.
My friend groups change, but there's like always certain core people. So
Yeah.
it's like throughout life because of like, you know.
Well, of course,
it's a
yeah,
given.
that's just, like, very-
But like
yeah.
there's always that core that like, that's why I love, like I had, it was my second show.
Like,
Yeah.
just to be real, like, I feel like when people tell me they have no friends from high school at all whatsoever, like
Okay.
that's a little weird.
I'm that person.
Are you that person? What about college?
Yeah, but like there's some, well, I also went away to college.
But do you still keep in touch with people in college?
For a while, but then
Yeah.
afterwards it's like, all right.
Well, yeah, I mean, after a while, yeah.
Yeah, like we'll
yeah.
touch base again, but it's not like you weren't like
You're
my
that
best
person?
friend. I'm
Because
that
you gave me that
person.
look when I was starting to
I
say
was
that, and
waiting,
you were
I
like,
was
oh
waiting.
no.
I was like,
really?
yeah.
I have, I mean,
Like,
I
there's
think
some-
the opposite is too much too. When you're like only
Only friends?
still
Yeah.
friends are from high school,
Like
that's a
you
little
didn't
weird
go
too.
out and explore the
You
world.
you didn't make a single friend when you were 24? That's a little weird.
That yeah, like some of my best friends come around that like time period when I was like 21, 22, 23, 24. But there's still people that like I'll keep in touch with. Like my friend Kathy from Greek school.
You have to, oh,
We
I was
keep in
wondering about
touch.
Kathy. Okay.
She loves Mr. Bean. I love Mr. Bean.
That's a
You
great-
love Mr.
that's a
Bean.
great
We would have
connection.
been friends.
Okay, Mr. Bean is great. Guys,
Okay.
if you haven't done yourself the honor of ever watching
Watch
Mr.
Mr.
Bean,
Bean.
go on YouTube and watch Mr. Bean. It's
I-
so good.
I would just like redo Mr. Bean moments. Like my favorite is him on the beach.
I just watched that one on one of the ferries. It was on one of the ferries. It was probably, I think it was going to Milos. That was the ferry,
good.
yeah.
It's just
It
like
was so
his-
funny.
I think that's probably where
Because there's a guy on the beach.
yeah. So
There's like
Mr.
a guy on
Bean-
the beach and he's trying to get undressed, but he has like no bathing suit on. So he's
Yeah.
like trying to take his suit off. It's so
yeah,
funny.
and Mr. Bean's just going through all of the difficulties of trying to like change without having his like goods out there.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And then only to discover that the guy he gets up and he's blind.
Yes. It's so funny. Guys, it's so funny.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. You're going to laugh.
But yeah, I think that's where like my my comedy like really stemmed from, like
Yeah.
my appreciation
Yeah.
of like physicality. And
My
stuff.
dad also kind of looks like Mr. Bean.
My dad too.
So it makes me laugh.
But my
yeah.
dad looks like Defoe, Mick Jagger, Mr. Bean.
Oh, I do see
and,
Defoe on your dad, yeah.
My father
Yeah, it's giving Defoe.
is
Willem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Willem.
Yeah, yeah. And then like a Beatles if they all had a baby.
A little
it's
Greek
my father.
baby, yeah. A little olive baby.
Or like my mom will call him Zach Nicholson because he'll wake up.
His hair is all crazy. That's so funny.
He gets up
He's got that crazy
from the
Jack
bed or
Nicholson
something.
hair, yeah.
Like if we're too loud and he's trying to go to sleep, and he would come out of the hallway, and there's like the door there, and he's like, and his hair would be like this.
Zach Nicholson.
My mom would be like, "Ella, Zach Nicholson."
That's hilarious. That is so funny. That is so funny. My dad would do that too. He would get mad. Like we would all be, because we had like this tiny apartment. So like and it was like 3 boys. So like we would get rowdy, and like, you know, my brothers were older, so they would be watching TV, and he would have to get up at 6 a.m., which as kids we don't know. We don't know that my dad's getting up at 6 a.m.
5 a.m. Today we had to wake up at 7.
He's taking the R train from 86th Street
My father's getting
to 59th Street,
his car
Lexington.
stolen.
Literally. So he's like losing his shit already because he exists. You know what I mean? Just in the world. And like we're making noise, and my dad gets up, and he's got that jet, and he's like, "I have to look at you like policeman." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I am policeman. I have to sit and stare at you while you go to sleep like a security guard. I am policeman." And I'm like, "Police?" He's like, "Here is my gun. I have my badge." I'm like, "The badge? What's the badge for?" And he would just sit and stare at us until we went to sleep.
I think our dads would have been friends.
They would love each other, I'm sure. My dad's in the market for friends, so he's got to do something. He's sitting there all alone in that house now.
Is he going to Greece
So
with someone?
sad.
Oh.
No, I think we're all trying to go to Greece around the time for my mom's 1 year. And then I just got invited to a wedding in France.
Oui, motherfucker. Take
Around
me.
that, do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
You'd have to just come to the village. You want to come to the village?
I love a village.
We do like a little Greece, and then we go.
I want to wake up and come out of a little cottage.
with kokorakia?
I love a kokora. All right, let me do mine. I practice bird sounds.
Let me do mine.
Why do you practice birds?
I love birds.
Well, you and Wes Craven would have gotten along.
Love birds.
Sorry, not to bring up Scream again.
Any chance you have.
Scream.
Scream.
Wes Craven, Scream.
He's Greek.
Wes Cravenopoulos. Cravenopoulakakis.
Pulakakis, I think.
All right, so what were you going to say? Sorry.
What was he saying? Oh, the birds. Oh, the kokora. Okay. I love a kokora. I love waking
Okay,
up to kokora.
do it.
Okay, ready?
Here we go.
Let me try it. Yeah,
A rooster.
A rooster. Ready?
You just transported me back to the village. Between this on the table, the I don't know what these are even called. And that noise. The doilies and that noise
What would
and
you rate
the
it?
bustello.
What would you rate it? Everyone rate my kokora.
I would from 1 to I'm in the village. I'm in the village. Right now, I'm in the Mimi with the one tooth is calling me to go get a souvlaki right now and a frappe. Mimi!
If we ever need a rooster, I got it.
Yeah, that is so funny.
I like practicing animal sounds. I could do a dolphin.
Do a dolphin. You're gonna do it anyway. Do a dolphin.
You're
I want to
right.
hear it. That is really good. Okay, from 1 to Waterworld, I'm in Waterworld.
1 to Poseidon.
Yeah.
I freaking rule the ocean.
Poseidon. Okay, next one.
Well, I could do monkey.
Okay, do monkey.
Monkey's a little. I haven't practiced it in a while though.
It's the look in her eyes. It was the look in her eyes when she did this. Okay, monkey. I have to say, when I was in Costa Rica,
The little ones.
there was monkeys that like would sit around our pool in the breakfast time because they would wait for some like food scraps, and they would just sit around there and just wait and wait and wait in the pool, and sometimes they would take little dips, and that's you.
That's
From
me.
1 to the monkeys in my pool at Costa Rica, I'm in Costa Rica again. I'm in Manuel Antonio right now, baby. It's humid, and I'm here, and
then there's
I'm
me.
eating. Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Well, whale is. I've been practicing. My
Okay,
whale.
do whale.
It's hard. You're not gonna rate it good.
Okay. Okay, from Chewbacca to whale, that's Chewbacca.
Oh wow! Wait, I could do Chewbacca.
That was more Chewbacca than anything,
no,
right?
but I
Dee?
always want. I
Yeah.
practice, guys. I practice Chewbacca alone.
So let's do Chewbacca.
I can't. I'm jealous of people.
I could do
who
Chewbacca. I think
do
I
it.
could-
You
No, I-
sounded like when I have night terrors.
Yeah, it's gotta be more guttural.
I tried. I'm sorry. There's the coffee.
Why were you running? Why were you running? For anybody who's listening to this on audio,
I was doing a running motion, like a running man motion.
Just looked at me, opened his mouth. This terrifying sounds came out, and his hands were just going like karate.
It sounds more like an elk in heat, I would say. That's probably what it is.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I really was so confident. I was so confident. I was just like, I could do this. I know I can. And then it just didn't come out right at all. It wasn't right at all.
I really hope I'm not yelling at anyone.
It was not even close to being right at all. I'm so sorry. You know what?
You're like a cartoon.
I really was. No,
like
because
the truck is coming for Gus.
No, because one time I was like playing like Switch alone in my apartment, and like I just like let it out, and it just was so good.
Oh.
And I remember it was like, oh my god, I didn't even try. And I think it was because I had the Switch. I think that's what this motion was. I think I was trying to keep the Switch in my hands, so I was running. But yeah.
It's kind of Tarzan-y.
I tried. Like, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop.
Gus, get out of my face.
Just gonna
I'm
stop.
going to piss right now. I cannot. I'm going to urinate all over myself. I can't.
For the next week, when I do this running motion, Christina's gonna get triggered. It's gonna be like a trigger for her.
I'm gonna be at the gym, and that image is gonna come randomly in my head, and I'm gonna drop the barbell on my foot. Oh my god.
All right. Whew, okay.
Anyone who sees me at the gym and I just suddenly drop something and I'm in mid laughing, it's because I had this in my head.
Oh man.
Rent free, you are there. Rent free.
God, I really was so confident. I thought, you know what? Sometimes you think confidence.
But Chewbacca comes from the back of the throat.
Well,
so
I didn't know that. So you try it.
I can't.
It's like Chewbacca in Heat. I
can't do it. I could do Tarzan.
Oh, that's really good. That's good.
I do my Xena.
Zuzina.
I have to practice it, but.
I wasn't expecting that, but that was really good. From 1-2,
a war crime.
From 1
a war crime.
Yeah. From 1-2, I'm 7 years old and I'm in my friend Jojo's apartment in Ayo, watching Xena in Greek.
Yeah.
Xena.
Are you?
That was good.
Gus,
that was really good.
Don't just say that.
Because that's where I would watch that show. I would be like 6 or 7 years old, and I remember my friend Zozo, Iwana, she would invite me over, and we would watch Xena, and then my yaya would be like, Costa! Costa! What are you? Like, she would scream out for me.
That's
and that
what
was
you
accurate.
hear in the morning.
She would like call out for me like in the neighborhood because there was no phones back then. So the only thing that my grandma could do was just scream my name out on the block, and she'd like,
and that's why I grew up wonderful in Brooklyn at the time growing up, because everyone else would do the lights.
Yeah.
And you would hear other people, Christina! Christina! Costa! La Spiti! Dora!
Yeah, like right there. Anyway.
But no, I want to be Xena, so that was beautiful.
So I'm back in Ayo right now. I'm transported.
Wow. Oh my God.
sorry.
Wow, we really went to town on that. I'm sorry for anyone's ears.
You're welcome. For my Chewbacca. It's the best Chewbacca impression I've ever heard in my life.
What next animal sound should I?
And come back next week.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
All right. You know what we should do?
What?
We should practice our Chewbacca sounds and come back next episode and see if they gotten any better. Get out of my face.
Okay. All right. We should wrap this up. Are you applying lip gloss?
I love Dior.
My lip gloss.
I love lip gloss. I love Dior, and it's
cool.
poppin'.
My lip gloss is popping. That song is a kind of a banger.
Was she from not Murrow?
We did cover a lot here. A lot of trauma. You know.
Yes.
My Malacca incident.
Oh, I never told you when I was on the cheese bus.
1998.
I went like this, and a Greek teacher thought I went nah, and she took my lunchbox and hit me.
Okay, so you got physically abused.
Yeah.
I just got like a talking to. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
That's the thing about Greek school.
That's the thing. So like it wasn't that intense, but like I went back to my mom, and like years later I told her about this, and my mom reading her book, I told her, she's like, why didn't you tell me about this? And I was like, well, because I heard you used to get hit going to Greek school, so when she did that, I thought it was normal. She's like, Christina, I would have been down that school so quickly. But she didn't like hit me.
Yeah,
she was like,
you.
You
But
know,
that's still not okay.
Also, it's not okay. But also, I think kids need that a little bit more nowadays.
Oh.
So
okay, Christina is for domestic abuse. You heard it right here.
I am for it. I'm sorry. when little Timmy is on the R train screaming, and you're just like, I'm using positive silence reinforcement. I would have been like, fuck me.
Timmy, get over here.
Nah, I would have been like, shut your mouth.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No,
yeah.
but it's like some kid, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, it's a lot, yeah.
Or like when I see kids talk back to their mothers a certain way, I'm like, you don't say, Fapa.
Mia fapa.
Mia fapa. Mia fapa. Disgusting.
I know. I was terrified of my mom. I wasn't really scared of my dad, but I was terrified of my mom.
They just gotta give a look.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That look, the look of silence, and she would do this thing with her, like she would like bite her index finger. It was terrifying. It was horrifying. That's all I needed.
Facet.
Wow.
They don't say the ending. You got to figure it out on your own.
And that's not
the
good.
Terror.
That's not good.
Like if it's like satisfaction, that's like you know it's coming. But if you gotta facet, you're like, oh my god.
If they literally don't have the energy to finish the sentence,
you're dead.
You're dead. You're not gonna live.
Facet.
Anyway, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks
Thanks for listening. Remember to like, subscribe. You're paying our therapy bills one by one with your views and your likes and your comments. And after listening to this episode, you know that we need a lot of the therapy.
We need a lot of therapy.
Okay.
Well, that's why coffee fixes everything.
Coffee time, okay?
Coffee time.
Like, subscribe on the Spotify, the Apples, and the YouTubies.
All of the YouTubies.
All of this, comment.
All of the apples, the red, the green, the yellow.
The gala.
The gala.
The grandpa. Thank you very much. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Goodbye. That sounds like.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?